suppose just obviously accommodation is key. Cows are in full time. They're in full time, are they?
Full time, yeah, all year round. We're bedding on kiln dried sawdust. We did run a green bedding system, but we couldn't get the green bedding to the dry matter that we wanted it, and we were struggling with keeping the bugs down, so we put a stop to that and just went back onto sawdust.
Yeah.
And that eliminated all the problems, so yeah, we're very happy.
Okay, so how many cubicles are we looking at, or how are the sheds divided?
So each feed passage, there's 4 feed lanes and there's a group either side. So there's one group here, and then there's 2 groups and then another group, if that makes sense. And that's how they're divided. So the race where they go back to parlour, come back from parlour, they've got all that space up to there to move around.
Yeah.
In this shed we keep about 110 cows per group, and then in the bigger sheds, which we've extended last year, we keep about 160, 170 animals in each of those groups.
Okay. So in terms of cleaning then, I suppose we're just looking as we're passing, it's a rope scraper system?
Yeah, so we just put these in last year. We're having problems with them, but they are getting better. We're slowly figuring out the problems.
Yeah.
And things like rope snapping, it's just silly things, getting caught on something that needs, just things that need ironing out really, but for the most part they are quite good.
Yeah.
They definitely save a lot of labour.
So what was there prior to the scraper tractor?
Yeah, we used a compact loader with a scraper on.
Yeah.
And
so it's coming into a channel anyway, all the slurry?
Yeah, so this end of the shed, we have a flume system. Everything's scraped into this channel.
Yeah.
Halfway up there is another channel under slats, and then it's flushed by a pump, and it comes through the middle of the shed, outside and back in. And then we do have circulation pumps that also flush this bottom out and stir it.
Just a pipe over there, is it?
There's one in the side.
Yeah.
That pipe there, that brings the dirty water from the parlour.
Okay.
And we have 2 taps. We can turn this off and we can pump dirty parlour water straight down to our lagoon.
Okay.
That has the waste milk as well.
Okay.
So we can divert it. If the slurry's getting too watery, we're producing too much water in the slurry, we'll swap those taps over and get rid of a bit.
Yeah. So there's water probably always in the bottom, is there? It's just to kind of keep it flowing?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So headlocking barriers everywhere?
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah.
Very handy. It saves having to move cows around to AI and do all that really. Yeah. We have someone in every morning to AI them, so they need the access of them really in order to do the jobs. So
your dry cows are here?
Yeah, these are our close-up dries.
Yeah.
And we've got fire offs in the far corner of that shed over there.
Okay.
We made all the self-locking yokes ourselves, so we try and do everything in-house if we can. Keep the costs down, buying steel direct from suppliers and trying to get less people involved and just keep that cost down really.
Yes.
We have fabricators on site that'll do all sorts of stuff like that for us and repairs, and it's convenient as well because stuff just gets done immediately. There's no waiting times.
Okay.
And that's helped us to push things on quite quickly over the years.
What are we looking at overhead here?
That's just what do you call it, glycol stuff. So we can dose straight to the cow. We're not having to go and get it.
If she needs it?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fans then, I see you fans as well here? Large fans up here?
Throughout the sheds we've got loads of fans fitted just to try and keep that temperature down, especially in summer.
Yeah.
Another thing we did is we blocked off all these skylights.
Okay.
We're finding that cows are just getting way too hot, and we thought, well, we built that shed down there, the extension, and we didn't order any skylights, so it's just roof sheets. And then we noticed that those cows were a lot calmer and happier, and their milk production wasn't affected by the heat. So we said, right, well, we'll go and get some roof sheets and we'll blank them all off. And since then, we've just been relying on artificial light. But the cows, we had that heat wave last year, and it was absolutely scorching. It didn't bother the cows one bit. So I think we made the right decision.
Okay. Yeah. Less work maybe for the fans to do as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do take a lot of electricity with the fans.
Yeah.
And we find the positive air with the fans going. There's virtually no flies in the sheds, so it keeps the flies down as well.
And I don't see any starlings.
No, just a few pigeons.
Yeah. What are the steel pens for over there? The isolation pens, or?
Those are our calving pens.
Okay.
So when the heifer or the cow's calved, we try and calve them in the passage. We'll always have people here keeping an eye out. We'll put a disinfected mat down. If she's comfortable in a cubicle and she seems to be calving fine, we'll put a mat down and then we'll grab the calf as soon as it's calved, just watching from a distance. If they're having difficulty or they stand up, we'll take them straight into a pen. The pens have underfloor heating, so it's very comfortable for them, and we can treat them from there.
Is that something that has evolved over time? We've seen that a bit in farms in the UK, where in Ireland you could have 30 cows inside in a straw pen.
Yes.
But very much here I've seen what you've just described there. Let her in the cubicle, and if she calves in the cubicle, so be it.
Yes. Yeah.
But you'll always have somebody else was there.
Yes, straight away. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it less stress in the cow, or what? Do you see the benefits of it?
Yeah, I think we in the past when we installed these, if there was a cow that's going to calve, we'd always get her up and get her into the cubicle, and then I think we decided, well, is there any point causing that cow the bother of standing up with a calf hanging out and into the cubicle? Is it really necessary? If we can keep staff close by at all times, I think it made more sense to calve them where they're comfortable. So that's where that's why we went and did that, and then the pens are there if necessary.
So you've someone here 24/7 in reality, not too far away.
I'd say probably about 23 hours.
23 hours.
Yeah, we employ some Romanian staff, and Alma, she'll be about from maybe 10 o'clock at night to 3 o'clock in the morning, and then there's people coming in at 3:45, 4 o'clock to start the shift. So we're pretty much covered, nearly covered.
Yeah. Okay. So the calf then is how long would the calf be left with the cow?
So we about 15 minutes or so, and then we take them away.
Yeah. Take the colostrum then off the cow, would you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I suppose we're looking at the cows now. Some of them come in for milking.
Yeah.
And you have this lane then, is it the...
Yeah, so we have the wide lane. They come from the group, all in a big group, into the collecting yard. And as they're coming one by one off the parlour, they come down this narrow bit. Yeah. And then the long gate there's angled just so they're nice and straight back into the group, no sharp turns.
Yeah, and you've that everywhere, have you?
Yes, straight down to the far end. All the groups are designed that way on, and then there's no bends or corners, they're just straight in. It's very efficient.
Okay. And so for the groups then at the far end then, when they're on the left, how do you get them across, or do you start at the end in terms of...
Yeah, so once we've got right to the end over there, we start
pulling that cows in.
Pulling these ones in. We've got far off dries at the end there. There's only one group of cows that are actually in milk over there. Yeah. So we just open the gates at the other side of the race, and then they just walk back into the groups comfortably.
Okay.
And then everything that you see here is heifers. So.
Okay.
And then we have a small cow for any mastitis cases. A small cow group for any mastitis cases or any cows on withdrawals. They'll go on at the end and be milked, and then we'll disconnect the pipe from the tanker and put it straight down the milk drain.
Okay.
So none of that milk's going on the tank. Everything's together, so it makes that quite easy.
Okay. So you've the tracks down. I see you. Are you using the Lely?
Yeah, the Lely Juno feed pusher. Yeah. We installed them in 2017, I think, or finished installing them in 2017, and they're brilliant. Really, they take all the labour out of feed pushing. Very low maintenance, and they have covered a lot of miles for us over those years. So it's also keeping things quieter in the sheds. You're not having the machine coming in here revving all the time. You can we push up to 6 times a day, with the robots. So
Yeah.
it's very good.
It's one less job for somebody to do.
Yeah.
Great. So we might have a look at the feeding maybe.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.